This conference will now be recorded.
Fine. So today we are going to discuss about Amazon Web Services. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So our course is AWS plus DevOps. Okay. First we work on AWS. Okay. So infrastructure services like EC2 creation, S3 bucket. What is S3 bucket? What is server instance? Okay. So how to create network. So we'll work on AWS first, then we'll go with DevOps. Okay. So once complete the AWS and in between AWS and DevOps we have Linux sessions. Okay. So then we'll start DevOps. Fine. So in this session we'll try to understand what is cloud, why the companies are moving from on-premises to cloud. Okay. Companies are moving their infrastructure from their local data center to cloud. So why they are moving? Okay. So what is the importance of cloud? So we'll try to understand today. Fine. Yeah. So basically, what is cloud? What is cloud computing? Okay. So we all know about Google Drive, right? So where the Google Drive is available? So in Gmail, we have on Google Drive, right? So when we save any file, when we copy any file into Google Drive, where the files will be saved? So simply we can save some files in Google Drive, right? Sometimes from Gmail. So if you have any attachments, if you have any documents, simply you can save into Google Drive, right? So where those files will be saved? So when we save that files, where those files will be saved? Okay. So Google Drive. So when we copy the files will be saved in some server. Server will be there in backend, right? So that is not a server actually. That is a data center. Okay. So what is data center? So data center is a server room. Server room. So people will call it as hub room, or network room. So many things. Okay. So it is a server room. Data center is a server room. So in the data center, what are the devices are available in data center? So we will have servers, servers. So keyboard is not properly supporting. 1 second. Servers. So in data center we have servers, storages, okay, and switches, okay, backup devices, routers, and network. So these are the devices available in data center, okay. So on. So different devices also available in data center, okay. So who will maintain these devices? These devices will be maintained by local data center people, okay. So in local data center people will maintain these devices, okay. So servers will be maintained by admins. So storages will be maintained by storage engineers. So like that, whoever local engineers are there, they will be maintained. They will install, configure, they will troubleshoot if anything required, okay. All the things will be taken care by local data center people, okay, fine. And once these servers are moved from on-premises to cloud, once these devices are moved from on-premises to cloud, so in the DevOps demo also we discussed, okay. So there will not be have any admin role, okay. So because companies are moving to cloud, project teams, most of the project teams are already moved. So some of projects are moving to, so still so many projects are moving to cloud. Once they move from on-premises to cloud, so once they move their server, their infrastructure to cloud, okay, there will not be have any admin role, okay. So admin is not required because 80% of the work will be taken care by cloud vendor, AWS vendor. Other 20% will be, other 20% of work will be taken care by DevOps engineers, okay. So we have to take care, fine. So once these servers are moved from on-premises to cloud, so there is no admin kind of roles, okay, fine. So let us take small example here. Yeah, let us take small example. So like fine, let us take some Java project, okay. Fine. So I have started startup company, okay. So I have started startup company. In that we have some Java project which is US project, okay. So now project is not confirmed. So project is some discussions are going on with client, okay. This is startup company, okay, which is in this we have Java project is in pipeline. Pipeline means, so still we haven't get the project, so some discussions are going on. So before getting the project, okay, so there will be some process, pre-sales process. Anyone having idea about pre-sales process? So pre-sales means before signing up the project, okay, there will be some process. What is that? So we'll try to understand, okay. So before getting the project, client, what they will tell, so you do one POC and showcase to me. So if I agree that, if I satisfied that, so we'll approve the project, then you will get the project, okay. Like they will give you, okay, they will ask you to prepare some POC. What is POC? What is POC? Any idea? It's a proof of concept, okay. It's a normal we need to showcase some project before getting the actual project, okay. So that is why we need to prepare some we need to work on some POC and we need to showcase to client. So if he is satisfied, then he will approve the project. So otherwise, if he is not satisfied, he will not approve the project, then we will not get the project. Okay. So when we are getting any project, before that, so not only startup company, so big companies also, what they will do, they will showcase some POCs, some sample projects. So if they satisfied, client is satisfied, then they will approve the actual project. Okay, fine. So for POC, client gave you 45 days timeline. Okay, to complete the POC, they give 45 days. Okay, also they told you that, so they told you like 2 servers are development servers. They ask you to take, and 2 servers are QA servers, testing servers, and 2 servers are production servers. They ask you to take 6 servers. 2 are development server, 2 are QA servers, 2 are production servers. So why they ask you to take 6 servers? So whenever the code is developed by developers, okay, we can't directly deploy on production. Okay, first we will check in QA servers. So testers will test this code, that actual code, and finally we deploy on production server. That is why client asks you to take 6 servers. Okay, 2 development servers, 2 QA servers, 2 production servers. Okay, so first 2 servers. Okay, so he told you like, first whenever we develop the code, okay, first 2 servers, like first 30 days, first 30 days, so we work on development servers. Okay, because developers will develop the code, right? So first 30 days we work on development servers, dev servers. So once complete the development, okay, so then next stage is the code will be moved to QA server for testing. 31 days to 40 days. So we work on QA servers. Okay, so testers will test the code using their test cases scenarios. They will test the coding. It's a end-to-end testing. Okay, fine. So once testing is completed, next 41 days to 45 days. So we work on production servers. We deploy the code on production. Okay, fine. So this is the plan. Okay, so client asks you to take 6 servers, and first 30 days we work on development servers, and 31 days to 40 days we work on QA servers, and 41 days to 45 days we work on production servers. We deploy the code on production. Fine. So in this process, okay, if you want to have servers, okay, if you want to configure servers, okay, if you want to have servers, so prior to install servers, we need to procure license, right? First, okay, OS license we required, application license we required. So all the licenses we need to take, right? Because these are the servers. So these are the on-premises servers. That is why. So whenever we put the order, whenever we put the procurement order for the servers, by the time we need to procure licenses also, server licenses, right? So what is the minimum period of the license? Any idea? For example, Windows license. So Windows laptop, you have a laptop, right? So for Windows license, if you want to buy any license, what is the minimum period? Any idea? Licensing period. So here our POC is 45 days only, right? So, but if you want to have license, what is the minimum period? So minimum period would be 1 year for any license. They will not give for 45 days. They will not give for 3 months. They will not give for 6 months. Okay. So minimum you need to buy 1 year license. Okay. So minimum you need to buy 1 year license. Okay. Also, so we need to recruit one admin. Okay. Why we require admin? So developers will not have any knowledge to configure servers. Okay. So admins only configure the servers. That is why we required one admin. Okay, to configure these servers, to maintain the servers, right? And we required AC for servers. Okay, without AC, servers will not run. Okay, so it will run, but some point of time, servers will be hanged. Servers will be hanged up. Okay, so that is why AC is mandatory. Okay, and we required network. Okay, and we required server room. Okay, these are the things required. Okay, before getting the servers, so we need to plan these all things. Okay, so if the project is confirmed, it's fine. Otherwise, what will happen? This is waste of money, right? So if the project is confirmed, then we'll get the money. Otherwise, what will happen? Waste of money. Because as I told you, this is startup company. So if it is big company, so we can move the servers to other project. Okay, so this is the startup. This is startup company, and this is first project which we are trying to get. Okay, so in this scenario, so if project is confirmed, it's fine. Okay, otherwise this is waste of money. So we need to sell the servers in second-hand market, right? So fine. So the same requirement. So if you take cloud servers, what will happen? Okay, so we'll try to understand. Cloud server setup. The same requirement. So if you take cloud servers, what will happen? Okay, so same POC we work on. Okay, and 45 days timeline. Okay, so 6 servers will take. So here, whenever we required any servers, okay, so we take so in cloud what will happen now? So whenever you want any servers, you can create within 1 minute a number of servers. Okay, in cloud, if you want any server, you can create within 1 minute. Okay, so that is the main thing here. Okay, so but here, so in physical server setup, so if you want to set up servers, so you need to procure 15 days before, then only they will deliver on time. Okay, so but whereas cloud, it's not like that. Okay, so whenever we want any servers, so we can create within 1 minute. So a number of servers we can create. Okay, fine. So how to create, I'll show you. Fine. So 45 days timeline. First we require 2 servers, right, for developing part. So first 2 servers, we can create 2 servers for 30 days, first 30 days. Okay, sorry. For first 30 days, we required 2 servers. Okay, so we created 2 servers. Okay, and once the development is completed, and we create 2 more servers again for 31 days to 40 days. We create 2 more servers. Okay, and after that, once we complete the QA testing, again we'll create 2 more servers for production. Okay, so 41 days to 45 days, right? So whenever we want servers, by that time only we can create servers in cloud. Okay, so within 1 minute we can create n number of servers in cloud. Okay, here what will happen? So at a time we don't require 6 servers. So first we create 2 servers, then again after 30 days we create 2 more servers. After 40 days we create 2 more servers. Okay, so whenever we want we can create here. Okay, so here in cloud we no need to worry about licensing part. Okay, so no licensing, no license. Okay, no admin, no need to recruit any admin. Okay, no need to have any EAC. So if you have good laptop and a good internet connectivity, so we can connect through internet that our cloud servers. Okay, cloud servers are available in cloud data center, right? So if you have good internet connectivity, you can connect from your laptop. Okay, and network also not required. No network. Okay, and no server room. So these are all not required. Okay, fine. And one more thing, so whenever you use work on servers, once complete the servers, for example from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. you are working on the servers. Once complete your work, you can shut down the servers. Okay, stop the servers. So once you stop the server, so billing will be stopped. Okay, so whenever you power on the server, then only billing will be started. So whenever you shut down your server, billing will be stopped. So whenever your server is online, then only pricing will be happened. For example, 45 days you have project, right? So 45 days only every day 9 hours you are using. Morning 9 hours, 9 to 6 p.m. That hours only counted. So remaining will be not counted. Okay, that is one more advantage in cloud. Fine. So if the project is confirmed, the US project, okay, so here the same requirement, right? So whatever requirement here, the same requirement here we plan. So if that project is Java project is confirmed, it's fine. Okay, otherwise what will happen here in cloud setup? So for example here $100 will be wasted here if the project is not confirmed. Okay, so whereas here in physical setup $500 will be wasted because these are the physical servers. We required all licenses, we required admin, we required AC, we required network, we required server room and all, right? So here, so in physical setup, so $500 will be wasted. In cloud setup, so $100 only wasted. Fine. So this is the main advantage of cloud. That is why whoever starting startup companies currently, they are directly moving to cloud. They are not procuring any physical servers. Right? Got it right? This is the main advantage. Any questions here? Any doubts in this? Any queries here in this slide? Fine. Fine. So whenever we save any data in Google Cloud, where does the data will be saved? It will be saved in some server. So actually that is not server, that is data center. Okay, Google data center. Fine. So whenever we save any file in Google Drive, those will be saved in Google data center. Fine. Next slide. So in cloud we have 5 essential characteristics and 3 service models and 4 deployment models. Okay, what are those 5 essential characteristics? Okay, so here these are on-demand, broad network access. These are the 5 essential characteristics. Okay, so first one, on-demand. What is on-demand? So in cloud, whenever you want any server, it should be available immediately. That is nothing but on-demand. So whenever you require, for example, you are working on POC. Okay, so POC is success. So once project is success, you require 100 more servers, 100 servers extra immediately. So whenever you require any servers, whenever you want any servers, it should be available immediately. That is nothing but on demand. In cloud, so whenever we want any servers, we can create immediately, right? That is on demand. And second one is broad network access. So in cloud, so almost all the, so we can access from anywhere. So we can access cloud network from anywhere. So if you have good internet connectivity, you can access from anywhere the resources which we created in cloud, we can access from anywhere. That is broad network access. Okay, and third one is resource pooling. What is resource pooling? So whatever the resources we are using in cloud, those are reusable. Okay, so we can pull it up and we can reuse the resources. So for example, so EC2 instance is there, server, one server is there in cloud. Okay, so whenever we complete our activity work, okay, we can terminate the server. Terminate means delete the server. Whenever we complete the project, we can delete the server. So while deleting that server, okay, so there will be one option. Okay, so drive, whatever drive we have in the C drive, we can save that C drive. Okay, and we can reuse later point of time. So whenever we require, we can reuse the hard drive. So we can shut down, we can terminate the server, we can delete the server, cloud server, but we can save the hard drive. So whenever we require, we can pull it up and we can reuse the hard drive. So in that hard drive, we'll have some data, right? That we can reuse. Fine. Yeah. And fourth one is rapid elasticity. What is this? Rapid elasticity means, so in cloud, whatever the resources we are using, those are elasticity. Means we can increase the resources, we can decrease the resources by using single clicks. By single clicks, we can increase resources. For example, you are working on one server. Okay, so it is giving some performance issues. So you are testing some code on server. It is giving some performance issues. So what we will do? So immediately we can increase processing speed, RAM also. Within half minute we can increase, 1 minute we can increase resources. Okay, we can decrease resources also. So for example, you have 2 TB hard drive. Okay, so you want to reduce the drive to 1 TB. So within 1 minute you can reduce. Okay, so elasticity means we can increase the resources, we can decrease the resources by single clicks. Fine. And next one is measured service. What is this? So in cloud, whatever we are using resources, those are measured. Okay, so for example, we are using one server. We are working on the server from 9 AM to 6 PM. So those hours are measured. Okay, only 9 hours they will calculate. So they will not take more hours. They will calculate only 9 hours. How they calculate? So I'll show you measured services. Okay, so this is my AWS console. sign in. Can you see my screen? Hello. So power disconnected and came restored immediately. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So actually power disconnected and restored immediately. So that is why. Yeah. So we are discussing measured services, right? So in AWS, how to measure the hours, I just wanted to show you. So this is my AWS account. Sign in. Yeah. So in AWS, I just wanted to create one server. Just see here. Okay. So go to running instances. Okay. Once we launch the console, so we need to go to services, EC2, and running instances. Large instance. This I will explain again. So I just wanted to show you one server. Okay. When we talk about EC2, so from Monday, so I'll show you that how to create instance and all. We just I'm just trying to show you so how to create the server. Okay. So here one server required, only one we can put. 10 servers required, you can change the 10 here. Okay. Add storage, add text. You can give like a name, web server, something. Web server. Security group. So I'll explain later. Okay. What is the steps and all. So I created one server. So this is my server. Okay. How much time it is taken to create server? So within 1 minute, right? So not even 1 minute. Okay. So in 1 minute we can create a number of servers. Okay. So this is my server. Server is being ready. Now it is ready, running state. Okay. Fine. So whenever I create any server, whenever I create server, there is one public IP here available. Okay, public IP. So using public IP, we can connect the cloud servers. Okay, this public IP is available. So the server is running state, the public IP is available. Okay, so now billing will be started. So these are the free tier services. So no need to pay any single LP, but in real time, I'm talking about. Okay, in real time, whenever we start the server, the IP will be available here. From that time, from there onwards, billing will be started. Okay, so what I will do, so I'll stop the server. Now I stopping my server. So when I stop the server, this public IP will not be available. Okay, so it is stopping. Once it is stopped, this IP will not be available. Public IP. Yeah, it is stopped. See here, public IP. There is no public IP. So billing is stopped. So based on the public IP, they will charge the pricing. Okay, so whenever we complete our work, we need to stop the servers. So they will give 750 hours something free of free eligible. Okay, in cloud for free usage they give 750 hours. Okay, so if you start the server, okay, once you start the server, so the IP will be available. So once you complete this activity or work, any kind of work, you can stop the server. Otherwise, what will happen? So if you don't stop the server, so hours will be counted 24 hours. Okay, that hours, whatever they are giving free hours, that will be gone. So that is why whenever we complete our work, we need to shut down the server. Stop means shut down. Okay. Fine. And here there is no public IP, right? So once we stop the server, there will not have any public IP. So means that billing is stopped. So whenever I start the server, the billing will be started here. IP will be available, public IP. Then billing will be started. Yeah, fine. So server is running state, the IP is available here, public IP. So from now onwards, the billing will be charged, billing will be started. Okay. So based on this public IPs, they will charge the hours. Okay, fine. Yeah. So that is measured service. Okay. In cloud, whatever the services we are using, those are measured. Okay. They will count the hours and they will charge. Accordingly, they will charge. Okay. That is measured service. And next one is so service models. Okay. So in measured service, any doubts here? Not measured service, essentials characteristics. Essentials characteristics, any doubts here? 5 characteristics we have, right? Fine. Next one is service models. Okay, so here we have 3 service models. Okay, first one is IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Okay, so we will work on this service. Okay, IaaS only. So we'll create this infrastructure. Okay, so we create infrastructure on IaaS only. DevOps engineers will work on IaaS only. Okay, so fine. So infrastructure as a service, it is nothing but IaaS. In this, we will create infrastructure and we will maintain the infrastructure, right? And second one is PaaS, platform as a service. So it is still in development stage. Okay. So once it is complete, once it is developed, what will happen? Okay. So for example, I'll show you difference between IaaS and PaaS. Okay. So in IaaS, what will happen? Fine. In IaaS, what will happen? So in IaaS, we'll create one EC2 instance. Instance means server. So in cloud, we'll call it as instance. Okay. So we create one EC2 instance. On top of that, we install Java, Git, okay, Jenkins, Maven, okay, and Ansible, Docker, okay, like that. So whatever the tools we required, so we install, configure these tools on EC2 instance on top of server, right? So whereas PaaS, so once this development is completed, what will happen? So whatever the tools we have here, those will be integrated with PaaS service. Okay, means so no need to install, configure these tools once PaaS is completed, developed. Okay, so PaaS is in still development stage. Once development is completed, no need to install, configure these tools. Directly we can log in our AWS console and we can use that tools. Okay, we no need to configure separately, right? So that is PaaS. And third one is SaaS, software as a service. What is this SaaS? So this is a reusable purpose. SaaS is a reusable purpose. So like Google Drive, okay, OneDrive, okay. So whatever the things we have, that can be reusable. SaaS will support you to reuse, okay, Google Drive, OneDrive, and Amazon shopping site, okay, like that. Whatever the things we have, those we can reuse. That is nothing but SaaS. Okay. Any doubts in this slide? Service models. Fine. Next one is deployment models. So here we have 4 types of deployment models. Okay. So private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, and public cloud. Okay. 4 types of things are there here. So basically, what is private cloud? Okay. So private cloud means on-premises cloud, in-house cloud, in our office premises cloud. Okay. So whatever the servers we have, private servers. So in cloud we have private subnets and public subnets. Okay. So that I'll explain you when we talk about VPC, virtual private cloud. Okay. By the time we'll go deeper. So I'll give you overview here. Okay. So private cloud means our on-premises cloud. Okay. So in on-premises, whatever servers we have, those are private servers. Okay, we can configure as a private cloud. And second one, and public cloud. Okay. So once discuss this, so we can discuss this too. Okay. So private cloud means on-premises cloud, local servers. Okay. Public cloud means our AWS cloud. Okay. So public cloud means AWS cloud. Right? Fine. And hybrid cloud. Second one, hybrid cloud. What is this? So it is a combination of private and public. Okay. So here I give you some example. So some banking domains, insurance domains, they will use hybrid cloud. Okay. Why they use a hybrid cloud? So banking people, banking domains, how they think, like our databases should be, our critical data should be in our servers only. Okay, means their accounts, their databases, they will maintain in, they will save in their local cloud, private cloud, their local servers, and they want to have their net banking websites. Okay, their banking websites will be hosted on cloud servers. Okay, so they feel like so if we save our data in public cloud, it is not secure. They will think like that. Okay, that is why they will save, they save their databases into their local servers, means private cloud, and they will host their websites in public cloud, public servers. Okay, so that is the thing. So hybrid cloud means it's a combination of private cloud and public cloud. Okay, some banking domains, insurance domains, they use hybrid cloud. So now they are fully moving to private cloud, public cloud only, but still they are using hybrid clouds. They want to save their data in their local servers. Okay, fine. And community cloud. This community cloud means it is a government cloud. So defense cloud. Some healthcare projects they use in community cloud. So this is high secured. Okay, others will not enter into this community cloud. Only government companies, government sectors. Fine, it is clear, right? Deployment models. Any questions in this slide? Fine. Yeah. So he's Jeff Bezos. Okay, who invented AWS, Amazon Web Services. So Amazon Web Services born in 2002. So initially they started some shopping site, Amazon.in. Okay, so for their shopping site, they developed the cloud. Okay, they developed the infrastructure. Initially they developed for their infrastructure. This cloud they developed for their infrastructure. Slowly they entered into the market. Okay, so they gave, initially they gave cloud environment to some companies in US. Okay, slowly expanded. Okay, slowly expanded, and now he's a leader of the market. Okay, so he's in first position, is top one position right now. Okay, world richest man, number one. If you search in Google, there's a world number one richest man. So he's the person who is number one position. Okay, Jeff Bezos. Fine. And next one is, these are the famous clouds. So we have so many clouds in market right now. So we have 25 more clouds, different clouds. Okay, so but these are the leaders. So Amazon Web Services is in first place. Okay, 65% of the market occupied by the Amazon Web Services. 65%. Okay, so worldwide 65% occupied by Amazon Web Services. Okay, and Azure, now it is growing, Azure. Okay, so Azure occupied, Azure and Google Cloud and other clouds are occupied, remaining percent. Okay, now it is, Azure is coming up slowly. Okay, and these are the quadrants. Okay, so like leaders, topmost position Amazon Web Services, next Microsoft Azure, third place Google Cloud, and these are the different clouds. Okay, Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, different clouds. Okay, 25 more clouds we have in market. Fine. So fine. So EC2. So from tomorrow onwards we'll start EC2. Tomorrow means Monday. From Monday onwards we'll start EC2 and S3 bucket, different services we have. Okay, auto scaling. Okay, so different services we have. From Monday onwards, we'll start working on services one by one. What is EC2? So how to create infrastructure in EC2? How to create instances? Okay, so how to connect the server? Okay, how to deploy any application on server? So we'll try to understand from Monday onwards, one by one services. Okay. So up to here, any questions, any doubts in this all slides? No questions, right? Fine. So this video will be shared with you. Okay, just go through it. So from Monday onwards, we will have regular sessions. So so meanwhile, you can create one AWS free tier account. Okay. So AWS account is 1 year free tier account. Okay. This is AWS is providing 1 year free eligible. Okay. So you can create AWS account. Okay. So you can Google it, how to create AWS account. Okay. You can try today or tomorrow. Okay. So if you are not able to create, I'll explain Monday, step by step, how to create AWS account. Okay. So you can try today how to create an AWS account. You can search in Google. Okay. And aws.amazon.com, you can type here. So I'll show you one thing. So one small thing. Okay. Sign out. I'm signing out here. You just type aws.amazon.com. Okay. Fine. So once you type here, it will ask you sign up. Okay. So where it will ask, yeah, see here, create a new account. When you click on this, create new account, so it will ask you, so details, email address, password, okay, confirm password, AWS account name, and go to continue. Okay, so it is 12 months free tier access. Okay, AWS is providing 1 year free account. Okay, so you can fill these lines and you can continue. So and it will ask you some more details. At the end, it will ask you credit card details or debit card details. Okay, so you need to give the credit card details or debit card details. Otherwise, it will not be, account will not be success. Okay, you have to give credit card details or debit card details. So from your credit card detail, from your credit card or debit card, they will charge you, they will charge just 2 rupees. Okay, they will cut 2 rupees only. So after 1 week, they will revert that 2 rupees to your account. Okay, so they will not charge anymore anything unknowingly. Okay, so they just charge 2 rupees and they will revert back the 2 rupees after 1 week. Okay, so without credit card or debit card, the account will not be success. That is why we have to give credit card or debit card details. Okay, so to try today. So if you face any issue, so I'll explain on Monday. So because we need to, so when I explain my console, so you can practice in your console. Okay, so otherwise the classes will be go on. So if you don't create any account, so you will so for practice will have some gaps. So should not give gaps. Okay, every day whenever we discuss here in session, so the same thing you can practice in your console. So I'll provide you video daily so that you can practice on your console. Okay, fine. Just try today. If you are not able to create, not an issue. I'll explain Monday. You can create Monday. Okay. So this session link will be changed by Monday. I'll share with you. So Harsha will share you. This link will be changed. Meeting link will be changed from Monday onwards. Harsha will be shared with you. Okay. So we have completed three demo sessions, right? So by Monday, you can clear the fee. If you are interested, you can clear the fee. Okay. So it can be 2 times you can pay. Okay. 50%, 50%. So one time, so at a time not required. You can pay 2 times. Okay. 50% first, then after 15 days, you can pay remaining 50%. Okay. You can clear by Monday. So our link will be changed. Monday, before Monday morning, we'll share the link. So Sunday evening, share the link. Okay. And one more thing, we'll create one WhatsApp group on Monday. So we will add you into WhatsApp group. Okay. Whatever the documents we have, documents and meeting links will be shared in that WhatsApp group. Okay. So you can clear the fee by Monday evening. Okay. WhatsApp will be created, group will be created, and that link also, meeting link also will be changed. Fine. Yeah. Any questions, any doubts up to here?
No, sir.
Right. So if you don't have any questions, you can conclude the session here for today. So Monday will come at 7 a.m. sharp. Okay. Fine. Thank you all.